Alright, so in this one, see that my audio is better now because I realized that I was stupid and I have a cardioid mic. So anyone who knows anything about audio stuff and is watching, in fact, I need to put this pop filter on. There we go, that'll help. So for some reason, I had the microphone all stupidly put as far as the way it was like angled. So now we should be good. So my audio will be much clearer now. So I have this up because I just upgraded, so I've got 2 terabytes now of storage. And then I'm probably gonna go through. I'll make sure. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So I'm gonna reorganize this and make sure it's up to date now that I have enough storage. So as you can see, Jeremiah and Wild and Weird both have access to this. So I'm just trying to be transparent, like I said along the way, and show people that everything I've said, yes, this is true. Like these people I've been talking to, they have access. And this is just the Google accounts. I've sent this to others too. But I found this. I forgot that I had this folder up. So I have 2 that we're going to look at. This was my best sounds. We're going to play these. At least this was the best back in March. And then I had one for Jeremiah. Like this was the pictures he had at the end. And then we had some back in here which are really weird. So I'm going to actually open these though as we usually do, up in Audacity. That way, in case I need to boost them anymore, because while I could probably hear these with the headphones, I need to be able to make sure that OBS is picking them up. So we're just going to take a look at some of these. So this says that it's clear faux speech, so I'm not sure like what any of these mean, but you can see I dated all of them. So 3.7, this one and the next one, the clear knocker from 3.7. That's March 7th of this year. I think it might have been back in here. Right in here. Back in here, though. There's like that. It's almost like that Velociraptor. I don't know if you can hear it on OBS. I can hear it. It's very. All this stuff's faint because I think it's back up in those woods, back behind, like, you know, if you look at the map, it's like down in the bottom. You know what? We'll just do this. So I think where this stuff is catching from is, you know what? We'll just do this. I hate doing like a million videos like this. I'd rather be out in the field, but you know what? This is just as important. So, no, close that. You know what? Let me do this. Okay, so we're gonna do another video about some stuff. So I did end up going and upgrading. I've got 2 terabytes now because I'm like $10 a month. That's really dirt cheap for essentially a 2 terabyte hard drive. And then you can see Jeremiah and Wild and Weird both have access to this, like I said. And there's other people that do too. Those are just the ones that are popping up. But I forgot that I had this folder, Best Sasquatch Sounds. So we're going to listen to some of these. Now, the recorder at the time was sitting right here. And I think the reason why this is so distant is it was either because the recorder's kind of aiming this way. So it's either over in here that I mean, you can pick it up because remember, when we have it back here, I can pick up stuff from the road and it's all the way over here. So I think it's picking stuff up over in here. And it's definitely picking stuff up where I showed on Google Maps, like over this way, where that pond is, because you can hear the geese in some of it. But I copied that folder. And this one, it says clear. I don't know about clear. See, this is when I'm glad I'm going back over this stuff now, too, later. Because this isn't clear to me, but I think that what I'm hearing is over in here. It kind of sounds like a Velociraptor. It's a really weird noise, and it's super low, and I've even boosted this a lot already before I brought it into Audacity. Here, we'll just stop. back. It sounds like it's right over in there, but I can't really hear anything. But again, this is why it's good later on to go over your stuff and to get second opinions, because, you know, you might think you hear something and later on you come back and you're like, what the hell was I even thinking? But yeah, you could hear it. Oh, that almost sounds like a slap or like a rock. It's over in here. And there's no one outside at these times, because when I would have this record again, it was like between 9 and 6, and I noticed there were certain hours. It would normally start around 10:30, and then it would really like pick up, and it would end though around 4. So it was like certain hours of the night were more active than others. That sounded, to me, that sounds more like a rock than it does a knock. You know, like two rocks being smacked together. Okay. Oh, that was that record. It was this one. Oh yeah, I did hear that. So when I play this again, it's right in here. You hear them? It was like one in here, then one in here. Now there's always like a reply. I've noticed. Well, wrong thing. Well, yeah, you can't create it because. Yes, I still use Winamp. You tell I'm a 90s kid. We'll just boost this a little bit. But there's always a reply. Like, I've noticed these vocalizations and stuff aren't that common. What I normally do get is more, it sounds like rock clacking, and it sounds like wood knocks down towards the house. And I think that's on purpose. I don't think that they're going to vocalize as much down by people than they would like up in the woods. Oh yeah, did you hear it? It was like right in here and right in here. It's almost like a weird goose. Like, some of this stuff's really weird. I thought it was under here. There is a way that you can bring up. I gotta look it up again, but you can bring up. What I'm gonna start doing now is on some of these, I'll run it through Merlin. But I know that there's a way that you could actually bring up a spectrograph in Audacity, because I've done it before. We'll play this one more time. Now here's what'll be interesting. I'm gonna count, like, in my head from here to when the other one. I'm gonna see if it's a 3, because it's always 3 seconds normally with these things down by the house. Don't ask me why, but vast majority of the time, you'll hear a knock and you can count 1, 2, 3, and then you'll get something. I don't know, it's really weird. It is about 3 seconds. That's what makes all this so bizarre to me, is that even when it's things like this, it's still 3 seconds to, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if you're getting like the rock clacks, the knocks, things like that. A lot of it's 3 seconds between, which to me tells me that that's not normal. I mean, what are the odds that, you know, because people say, well, it's something in the wind and everything, but why is it always 3 seconds? Like, stuff whipping in the wind's just going to be chaos, you know what I mean? Because the wind's not going to stay the same pace the entire time that you're recording. And the wind can die and everything else. Like, it's bizarre. I heard something over in here, but I don't know what. And I'm sorry if, like, this is really loud. I'm trying to get it to where we can all hear it. This is why I need someone to come back in that's good with audio and try to clear this stuff up and boost it. No, maybe not. That might sound like something like moving, like metal or something. Which there is a garage over there. But I'm glad we're going through these. Again, I didn't hear anything in this. That's why I keep telling people, you know, it's fine if this stuff gets debunked, and it's also good to go back through your stuff later on once you have more experience. You can go, yeah, that's not really what was here. See, I don't hear anything in this. But this was my very first time trying to analyze any of this stuff, and I had no experience. Okay, I did hear something over in here. Did you hear it? It's like right in here. Play one more time, and again, listen when it's over in here. These are interesting. Grunt. That's really fast. Yeah, I don't hear anything at all on that, so I don't know. Huge screams. Let's see if there's any screams in this. Actually, I'm going to start this over because I think I did hear something. So over in here, it almost has that like echo type thing that you hear from like some of the, you know, some of those like, I'm trying to think how to explain it. You know those ones that kind of echo that you get from like out west and stuff, like the Ohio howler? It's like that weird sustained, like almost hyena type scream. I'm wondering if that's what I thought that I was hearing. But here, we'll start over and I'll just let it play through this time. Like echoey. Huge screams. let's see. That probably was way too loud looking over at the desktop audio. You can hear it over here. Really, I don't know what that is. I think this is the one Jeremiah played.
Oh, we got it again. Listen. 45 degrees.
Monday, the 24th of February, 2025.
Now, that owl hasn't done it again.
Oh no, this is...
If that was an owl calling, it would have kept calling. Now, this is breeding time for owls. But they wouldn't just do one like that.
Yeah, so what this... I'm going to play it again in a second, but what this is the number of notes are even wrong. If you can
we
even
got
hear
it again.
now.
Listen. Oh, we got it again. Listen. That owl just started again. So it is 8:35 p.m., 45 degrees out.
I keep track of everything.
Hold on. Hey Siri, what's today's date?
Monday, the 24th of February, 2025.
So, Monday, February 24th, 2025. Now, that owl hasn't done it again. If that was an owl calling, it would have kept calling. Now, this is breeding time for owls.
Yes.
But they wouldn't just do one like that.
No. I even looked it up to make sure that barred owls, they don't do one-note calls.
And look, my dog's...
Or, I mean, the whatever
yeah,
number
I know,
notes
you're like
it was doing, they don't
you?
do. And see, that's the other thing, too. My dogs... I'm gonna mute this. So my dogs will start acting weird at times, too. You see how they're not wanting to move, and then she'll eventually come up on the porch. That's another way to tell if something weird's going on. If your animals are reacting weird like that, just know that it's not good, whatever you're around. Been a regular goose call too. yeah, possible dog attack. Because I do have something to say right now. So you can hear something over in here, right? And then you'll hear like that echoey. It's because it's a real tiny dog is why it echoes. So it's got a high-pitched bark. So you'll hear it like really start going batshit insane over in here. And it's actually over by that pond. There's a house back in there that they have a tiny dog. So you'll hear it around in here and it starts barking. And then over in here you'll hear something start answering it back. And eventually the dog stops. So I don't know if they bring the dog inside, if it did something to it, or like what happens. So I'm going to pause this. Did you hear it escalate up in here? And then right in here, to me, it sounded like the dog yelped. So we're going to go back a little bit. So the reason I want to bring this up is I'm trying to think how to do this without giving away my location. So there is a report from, I think it's 1987 on the BFRO site, where they have audio too, where it sounds like one of these things is screaming just like what I got, like that sustained, like echoey, you know what I mean, that what a lot of people call the chorus sound. It's a father and son, they go over there, and this thing kills their dog. So that's only like 3 miles from my house, I believe it was. So this stuff has a history of happening here. It's not just me. And actually, I'd found out too on, I think it might have been the National UFO Recording Center, that like other people have been seeing these lights in my town for a really long time now, and saying like they hope that people aren't that they're not crazy, you know, and other people are seeing them and hearing them and stuff. Yeah, I think it was right in here is what I was... Yeah. That's this same one. Right? Oh yeah, you can hear it better in here. Did you hear it? I don't know. It's very strange things that I'm getting. We'll have to just bring this audio in. Whoop. It's real low. Did you hear? It's like right in here. It's like more like a whisper. Right in here. I don't know. It's so quick and so low. Whistles and monkey sounds. What is this? Okay, I did hear that. So it'll start in here. You'll hear like periodic whistles, and then it sounds like almost like a whooping or something over in here. You hear it over here. It sounds like a monkey, like a chimp. But what's interesting is we're gonna play this again. If you hear the same number of like, it's almost like someone's trying to do like a saw wet call, you know, because they do the toot 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 toot, but they don't do it properly, and it's spaced out. There's like a number of those whistles, and then if you notice, for each one of those whistles, there's pretty much a corresponding like chimp sound coming up. It's really weird. I'm sorry with that stuff like that. Just I don't even know how to even explain that. Yelling. I think what I'm hearing, or like if I say what I'm hearing like back then, I'm gonna try to boost this a little bit. It's like over in here, I think. time. I don't know. We're gonna keep going through stuff like this because this is another gonna be a big part of this channel is me going through my actual data and us looking at things and seeing if anyone's interested in getting involved. Like if you're an actual researcher and you want to go over this stuff, I can make sure that you can go over it. As always, I'm overwhelmed with how many people have already subscribed and liked and commented and everything. So thank you all so much for that. It really means a lot because it's nice to know that people are actually watching now and paying attention to what I'm doing, and hopefully I can help someone else out because there's people getting a hold of me now to coordinate with them on stuff and vice versa. So, I mean, we're all in this together. Like I said, none of us have answers, like definitive answers, and that's what we're all in this looking for. So, again, I want to thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you later.